Welcome back to MacPhee Ford. Today we're taking a look at this brand new 2023 Ford F-150 Lightning. This particular Lightning is a Lariat model and it's finished in Azure Gray Metallic, which is actually a brand new color for 2023, and we have it here on this Lightning. Now the F-150 Lightning is a full electric F-150, and it was released for the 2022 model, so this is the second model year for the Lightning. And we're going to take a quick walk around the outside here, and then we'll take a look into the interior. But we'll first start with the front end, where we do have the LED projector headlight, and you can also see maybe we do have the LED light bar that goes across the top of the grille, which is a unique design aspect of the Lightning models. We also have a nice body colored bumper, which does also feature the front parking sensors. You even do have some tow hooks down there at the bottom. There's your front view camera system. Now we do have the front trunk, or the frunk as some people might call it, and I will show you that in just a second here towards the end of the video, so we'll get to that. But we do have a 20-inch gray painted aluminum wheel, which is wrapped in a 275/60 all-terrain tire. And this is the charge port door, so it was your Lariat badging. And we can open that up, and there's your charge port. And this is a little status indicator, which will show you the status of the charge. We have a little Easter egg there on the inside of the cover as well. Body colored mirrors, which also does have the side camera and your side spotlight, your mirror spotlight, as well as the blind spot indicator in the top corner. Now the Lightning is only offered as one configuration, which is the Super Crew with the 5.5-foot beds. You actually can't get a different configuration for the Lightnings. Only get Super Crew with the 5.5-foot bed. But there is the Lightning logo in the back. Nice blue accent there. Now something that is unique to the Lightning, we'll go underneath here, is the Lightning is independent suspension, which is actually the first time a full-size truck has gone independent, at least for the three big car. Now there's one big change underneath the truck compared to a regular F-150, and that is the fact that the Lightning uses independent rear suspension, which is actually not used very often in the automotive industry, at least for trucks. So you have independent rear suspension, and that dramatically increases the on-road comfort. It's a lot more easier over bumps and potholes and that kind of thing. And you can also see maybe we do have the rear drive system right there. So Lightnings are all-wheel drive, or four-wheel drive, I guess. So you do have the rear drive system, and we have some massive A-arms back here as well. And we'll come up. We do have the F-150 stamping there in the tailgate, and also the light bar, which just like the front, we do have a light bar. There's your reverse lights, class 4 hitch receiver with the 4 and 7 pin connections. Now the Lightning can tow up to 10,000 pounds, so a nice healthy towing capacity. We'll open up the tailgate here. We do have the tailgate step with the tailgate work surface. And also standard on Lightning is the 9.6 kilowatt Pro Power onboard system. Now, if you're not familiar with this, this is basically an onboard generator, and it utilizes the massive battery that is included on the Lightning. So it harnesses all that power through these outlets. So you have a bunch of outlets here in the bed, ranging from a 240 volt 30 amp down to your standard 120 volt 20 amp circuits. You have lots and lots of power, and there's also additional ones inside the cab. So power everything basically with this system here. We also have LED box lighting and lots of tie-down points. And we'll take a look into the interior of this F-150 Lightning. Now, because we have the Lariat model, we do have the leather seating. So you do get leather on Lariat and Platinum, whereas your XLT has cloth. So these seats are fully power operated, and they're also heated and cooled. So they're very comfortable, very good looking seat here with that sort of two-tone material or color. But we'll take a look at the door panel here. Nice soft touch leather here on the armrest. And of course everything here is power operated. We also have 3-way memory right there. 8-speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system. Lots and lots of storage. And we do also have some lighting controls, as well as your rear tailgate and also your front trunk release right there. But we'll step inside, take a look at the key fob, where we do have a keyless fob, and it does include, again, your front trunk and the tailgate release. And push button start. Now this Lightning has the 511A package, which is it's an equipment group offered for Lariat model, and it includes the extended range battery. So here in Canada, it's about an $18,000 option. It sounds like a lot of money, but the extended range battery is a big portion of that cost. So extended range battery, you get up to 775 foot-pounds of torque, and also up to 515-ish kilometers of range. You can see right now we're at 386. We're not fully charged, 386 of range, and it's a little bit colder today, 13 degrees Celsius. So the trip computer will compensate for all types of different factors, including the temperature. But we'll kind of move off of here. We do have a nice leather-wrapped steering wheel, which includes Blue Cruise. So we do have Ford's Blue Cruise, which is included on the 511A. You maybe see we do have a little Blue Cruise logo right there. So there actually are sensors on the right side, and also over here you can see it flashing. They don't actually flash into a human eye, but they will flash on camera just because of the frame right here. But it will actually detect your eyes just to make sure you're still paying attention to the road. But it is a hands-free system, which is different from a lot of other systems that still require the use of your hands. It is actually hands-free, so it's a nice autonomous, kind of semi-autonomous driving system. Below those buttons we do have your volume, and on the right side we have controls for the center gauge cluster screen, which is a full screen, and it's fully digital, and it's very customizable, very easy to use. And then below that we do have your media controls. But if you take a look into the middle, this is where you'll have your massive 12. But if you take a look into the middle here, this is where you'll find the massive 15.5-inch display. Now this is running Sync 4A, and it was actually recently updated. Ford just did a software update to kind of change the layout of a lot of things. But we'll start here in the top corner where we do have the menu. So you have your radio, you have your phone settings, navigation, all your media, as well as the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So you can access that through there. Beside that we do have the settings and controls, so you can access all your various different little settings right there, which is a lot of settings. Of course, just being an electric vehicle, you have a lot of settings you can change. And then you also have the 360 camera, and you can cycle through a bunch of different views right there. And moving down here we do have the climate control system. It's always on the bottom of the screen, so it's always there. Again, very easy to use. And one main change that Ford made is actually this dial right here. So previously it was just the volume. That's all it did, was the volume. But now if you go to change the temperature, now it actually acts as a temperature adjuster. And if you go to change the heated or cooled seats, so you can see now it changes the cooled or heated function. So it's actually a multi-function knob now. So it just makes it a little bit easier to use. You can open up your climate a little bit bigger, just so you can get a better idea. So it's, again, very easy to use. You get used to it pretty quick. And then if we move down here, we do have a wireless charging pad and some wired USB connections. We also have the interior work surface, so we can actually fold the shifter down here, and we can flick our little handle. Now we have a nice flat surface here. You can throw your lunch on here, laptop, whatever you need, do some work. So that's a super cool feature. It's included on the Lariat model. We also have, just like the bed, more outlets. So another 120 volt 20 amp, as well as a 12 volt connector, and even a dual glove box. Lastly, up top we do have controls for the twin panel panoramic sunroof.